The purpose of this series of videos is to be able to understand how to work with percentage increase, which we know how to do, but we will now investigate working the inverse operation. So this video we're going to work with VAT, and you must be able to calculate the price excluding VAT if the inclusive price is given. For example, if you had 20 Rand and you increased it by 15%. Now remember, I always say to you, write the 15% as 15 over 100, which equals 0.15. So in fact, what we are doing, we are increasing this price by the price plus 15%. And this is going to be 1 plus 0.15, or better known as 1 plus I. The interest or the percentage is the I, which is 0.15. So if we are taking 20 Rand, we are increasing, we will take 20 multiplied by this value, and if I can add this together, so I'm going to get 20 multiplied by 1.15, and that will give me 23. This part here is the I. This part here tells us that we've got 120 and 1, O-N-E, 120, and we're increasing it by 15%. Now we're going to use this fact in order to work with VAT. Like I said, if I had 20 Rand, I'm going to increase it by 15% because that is VAT, and so that is 15%, which is 15 over 100, which gave me 0.15. So in order to increase it, I'm going to multiply. What do I multiply by? Well, it is 1 plus I, so I'm going to multiply by 1.15. The one price plus my percentage increase, and that would give me 23 Rand. Don't make the mistake to think that to go this way, I'm going to find 15% of 23 and then subtract it to get back to 20. You don't. Go and try it if you don't believe me, but you will not, because remember in maths we have to use inverse operations. So if I multiply, when I go that way, I've got to divide going backwards, because division is the inverse operation of multiplication. This remains the same, 1 plus I. I will therefore take 23 Rand, I will divide by 1 plus I, which is 1.15. I'm going to divide 23 by 1.15, and I will get back to 20 Rand. That is the first introduction we had to percentage increase and the inverse operation. The other one that we dealt with was discount, which is decreasing. So we are decreasing by a percentage. And what happens is we find 25%. Now remember, I equals 25 over 100, which will equal 0.25. When I decrease, I subtract. So this, I'm taking my one item and I'm going to subtract the I from it. And again, when I work this way, I'm going to multiply. And when I work this way, I'm going to divide by 1 minus I. Why is it minus? Well, I'm decreasing. A discount is decreasing by a percentage. So I could also do it 25% of my total amount and then subtract it to get to the discount price. Now, all of you can do that. So, for example, let's take 100 Rand. And if I went and did the calculation, 100 Rand minus, because I'm discounting, 25% of my 100, it will be 100 minus 25 Rand, and that would equal 75 Rand. So again, we're finding the percentage of the 100, so it's 1 of 1 minus, I'm taking the 1 price, I'm minusing 25%. So I will take 100 multiplied by that, and that gave me 75 Rand. To work in the opposite direction, or to get to the price before discounting, remember discount is a minus, that is why this is still minus, so I would take 75 Rand, and I would divide it by 1 minus I, which would be 75 Rand divided by 1 minus 25%, 0.25. So that I is the interest rate as a decimal, and I would get back to 100 Rand.